Okay, first off, thank you KChess Detective for featuring me on one of your blogs. The language barrier is still there, but I think I got a pretty good handle of what you were trying to say to me there, because you seem to be speaking to me directly by that one. The important bit being of that article is that I'm more suited in interpreting you than you interpreting me. Well, and kind of thank you for that. But I have to correct you on something. I am in no way proficient in English. I can be decent enough, but of all the grammatical mistakes that I've been committing throughout this channel, I am far from being proficient. But I'm gonna try to do my best. And a message. Okay, so let's move on from his blog. Okay, I'm going to speak about him in the third person. We will be tackling in his videos and his blogs what he was trying to say about setup or initial starting positions versus initial starting positions. So instead of discussing the setup of left elephant, right elephant, static elephants, active elephants, we're going to discuss how one setup of the green player can compare to red setup, or it's a versus setup discussion, starting with the left versus left. What I mean by that is the left active elephant versus the left active elephant. Okay? How does it play out? So, before all things, this discussion can actually apply in a mirror fashion concerning the right active elephant versus the right active elephant, because they're essentially a mirror discussion of each other. Okay? So the first question here is that we need to open up one of the files for the chariots. Okay? So the first question we'll have to ask is which of the chariots we need to open. Because if we do not open that chariot file, either or chariot, when I mean chariot file, these files, the files where the chariots are, these are called the edge files. I think I am only calling them the chariot files because the chariots are there in the starting positions. Let's just call them edge files, okay? The first file and the ninth file are the edge files. And we are asking which soldier to move for that, okay? To answer that question, we have to ask first, which elephant is active? And in this example, it's the left elephant that's active. So whatever elephant is currently active, that is the edge soldier that you want to move. So since the left elephant is the one that's active, it can move on its first move. Therefore, it's the left soldier that needs to move first. Okay, so that's G1 to G2. We'll see how this thing plays out, the advantages of this. Okay, but first let's just do some typical opening moves. Okay, so red response, go to open file, bring the cans to the center, then move this elephant to the right and copying the setup of red. Okay, now let's observe the both players' soldier positions here, especially in the left side. Blue soldiers, or greens in this case, oftentimes it's blue, green soldiers are linked together. Red soldiers are actually isolated from each other. They can't really link to each other, because let's just try it, okay? If they try to link, okay. Whose move is it? Okay, so it's green's move. Let's just do some random move here. try to link up here. We know the cannon tactic. You cannot take there unless you want to give your chariot for free, right? So let's move here again, up to the copying elephant. Okay. Where are we? I think I made a mistake. Oh yeah, this was the mistake opening. Sorry about that, guys. Okay, so this isolated pawn practically becomes a weakness. Okay, how can it become a weakness? Because of this one. If we try to do our typical opening moves, what will become of this soldier because it's being attacked by the elephant, right? Okay, it was just a random move. So not only is this soldier isolated, becomes a target, a weakness, just look at the formation here. 2 sets of linked soldiers and 2 developed elephants bearing on those pawns. Okay, so you can see why the elephants are a battering ram, because after their first move, they're ready to bite on the soldier ranks. Okay, so let's tackle on what if green moves the other edge soldier, the soldier on the 9th file. Okay, so let's do our typical opening moves again, kind of similar to what happened here. You can see where this is headed, right? Just look at that formation. The advantage that you had when you opened the other edge soldier became red's advantage. He has the potential beautiful formation here, while you have a weakness here and weakness everywhere. So let's move back to the previous position. Is that what you call it? What if you do not want to link up or do this kind of move to isolate this soldier? For example, move this soldier right here because it's a logical response. Well, what would happen there is that, oops, sorry. Green's formation, still beautiful. Red's formation actually refuted his own active elephant, blocking his active elephant. It's not a very good move, but it's for the sake of linking up his soldiers, right? And you have to remember, for you to link this one, okay, where was we? Doesn't cut it. Here, you already know the drill, right? So that's it. And there's another one in his video. Okay, I think this is what if, yeah, I actually saved up the wrong file. This one I had trouble understanding the discussion, but I think it shows the inferiority of moving your soldiers too early in the opening. In chess, kind of counterintuitive, right? So let's just do some typical opening setups again, but this time use this horse. Okay, if you're wondering why, yeah, by the way, if you're wondering why it's always this horse moving, it's to support this one. When you're moving this horse to make this to have another central cannon, the soldiers here are supporting each other already. And even if your horse is over here, there is no soldier to support in there. So that's why this horse is going to move here to support that soldier. When it comes to red, I don't know the explanation for why. Maybe it's here, the ability for this horse to move to the center, because this horse can't move to the center unless it wants to march forward. Okay, so where were we? Okay, bearing down on that soldier, and he needs to move forward. Okay, when you induce your opponent to move his soldier forward in the opening, that means you have an advantage. Because let's just analyze this for a moment. Having a forward soldier without a fellow soldier, that means you have 3. Your opponent has 3 isolated soldiers. That's not very strong, now is it? As much as possible, you want this. It doesn't matter if 1 soldier gets isolated, as long as 2 are enough. Linking them may be good, but still, doing this, horrible. Because there's a discussion here of why, just in case he doesn't try to move his soldier forward. Okay, so like we said, the reason why he moved his soldier forward is so that it can't, Green's elephant cannot capture it. But if he tries to, this is a random move actually. Okay, so let's just do some experimentation. This spot, because it's guarded by the horse, no problem if the cannon takes. So that's, you can actually see the tactic right now, right? The elephant batters in, horse takes a revenge, but sadly the cannon can take it freely, unless you want your chariot exchanged. So that's not a very good idea. Okay, so that's the discussion of the left elephant versus the left elephant. Okay, and by the way, the KHS detective names these setups in a South Korean fashion. I pronounce it as gima. The word ma there refers to the horse, so that means it's referring to the horse. A lot of those opening setups are actually referring to the position of the horse. So, but I am using somewhat of a Korean name. So when, okay, I don't know why. The North Koreans reference the elephants, South Koreans reference the horse, even though it's the same setup. I'm only using the elephant because it's the moving elephants. Horse doesn't actually leave some markers for me. But to each to his own. And maybe we'll discuss on another opening setup, but that's it for now. I'll see you guys in the next video.